Hello guys, welcome to our new video. The earth appears very huge, with numerous traits, billions of people, faiths and ideologies, but the earth actually is very small. Today we are taking you to the journey of the vastness of the universe. As we distance from the earth and the solar system, our journey will go on disappearing into the past. We will take you to that point of the earth and the skies where this entire game had begun. We will find many points on the way which most of us have never imagined. We will find out whether our looks alike exist anywhere in the universe. In this journey, we will also meet those who are millions miles away from us but speak our languages. Yes, really, you will see them speaking our languages. We will also see the planets that may be our future dwelling. Digital Decade has brought a brand new series, The Universe. You will have the first flight with us today on this fabulous journey. Our journey will start from our first station, 0.384 million kilometers away, because it is the nearest place we can land on. It is the moon. It is our nearest neighbor. So near that, a spacecraft can take us there in 3 to 4 days. But so distant that all planets, the earth and the moon can be accommodated in this gap. As many as 30 earths can be put in this distance. This round-shaped stone has been the most beautiful dream of man over millions of years. In our childhood, an old lady on the moon was weaving on a spindle, but no lady was found when Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon on July 20, 1969. In fact, the following 6 missions to the moon also did not find any. The science took away from us a beautiful story of the ancient time. This and other similar stories were popular all over the world. Even to date, the people who are shy of research and investigation believe in such tales. Still, a large number of people imagine the face of the moon as per their choice. But what image is this in fact? It is not an image at all. Factually, it is the lava and ashes spread all over the moon. The team of Neil Armstrong 50 years ago had in fact brought pieces of same lava from the moon. Research on the lava revealed the eruption of countless volcanoes on the moon 3.5 billion years ago, whose lava spread to thousands of miles. Research on the lava revealed the eruption of countless volcanoes on the moon 3.5 billion years ago, whose lava spread to thousands of miles. The congealed lava appears like sport from the earth. Scientists call it seas of moon or Maria. They have named every sea, like Sea of Knowledge, Sea of Crisis, Sea of Cold, etc. The area of black mass that is much brighter on the moon may be called deserts. This in fact is the ashes that an explosion of lava produced and fell on the hills like snow. When the satellite shed on the ashes, they reflect and illuminate every direction. Neil Armstrong also happened to land on the same soft ashes on the moon. That is why his footprint was so clear and deep. Man had landed on the moon half a century ago, but his footprints on the moons are intact till today. They appear to have been printed just a day ago. Do you know what is it so? The reason being the absence of air, cloud and rain on the moon, which means the moon does not have any atmosphere. That is why the human footprint on the moon will stay intact for millions or billions of years. One thing was certain, whether man existed or not, his footprints would stay on the moon for countless ages. But it was not only the footprints of Neil Armstrong that would remain on the moon for good. Here the prints of another 12 astronauts would also stay intact. They had landed on the moon after Apollo 11 through Apollo 12, 13, 14, 16 and 17. The moon also bears the prints of golfer Shepard smashes when he played golf on the lunar surface. The moon will also bear the prints of lunar vehicles for innumerable ages. Apollo 17 was the last mission Eugene took to the moon. After that, no man had landed on the moon. This picture of the earth is credited as the most beautiful taken from the moon on return of the mission. The first man on the moon, Neil Armstrong, and the last man, Eugene Cernan, are no more. But history is going to take a big turn. Man is once again preparing to reach and set up a permanent station at the moon. It may be a reality within the next 3 to 5 years. And we also see its advantages, because a permanent base on the moon would mean research for taking advantage of the lunar resources. However, it is a matter of time, but at present we can see only one beautiful side of the moon. Yes, only one side. How many of us think why over the million of years only one side of the moon has been watchable? Why is the full moon always the same, specked and bright, while big marks are also always the same? The reason that the moon not only moves around the world, also revolves on its axis. It takes equal time in completing one round of the Earth and moving on its axis. That is why man on the Earth cannot see the other side of the moon. This process is called phase lock. But the man has made much progress. He has also traced out the second side of the moon. Man has pictured the second side called the far side of the moon years ago, which we saw at massive scale. Now a robotic mission of China has also landed on the other side of the moon. Till uploading of this video, it had conducted different experiments on the moon. Possibly man can get further information regarding creation of Earth and the moon. But so far we have learned that the other side of the moon is extremely beautiful and bright, because here the black spots are much less in number. Possibly our love for the moon has a scientific history, because the moon has once been part of our Earth, and that part was separated from the Earth some 4.5 billion years ago due to the impact of a huge meteor. And according to the universal law of gravitation, it began to move around the bigger body, the Earth. And with the passage of time, it is also gradually moving away. The process is continuing to date. The moon is distancing from the Earth by 3.8 centimeter every year. But hold on for a movement and ask, how do we know this fact? The first two astronauts, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, did a last job before returning to the Earth from the moon. They placed a retro reflector on the moon sand. It was a mirror that reflected the laser light from the Earth back to it. It was like you shed light on a mirror or a wall that reflects back to you. But they were not the only astronauts who installed a reflector on the moon. But the reflectors were also installed at different points by the astronauts by other two missions. The reflectors are still there, helping us to know how distant is the moon from us. They also help us know the moon is distancing from us 3.8 centimeters every year. The moon will not be sighted after 50 billion years if it went on distancing at this ratio. But don't worry, 45 billion years before that, the sun would also become chill after completing its age. And the Earth will also become an untold and unheard tale by that time. If the human race does not want to meet that situation, it needs to learn living in any other planet or space. Let's move ahead to the sun. It is written in the holy books that the sun will rise from the west before doomsday. But between the sun and us, a land exists where every day is a doomsday. Yes, we are landing you to that place where the sun daily rises in the west. We will also show you the tale of this planet, but in the next episode of the universe. If you found this video informative, then like it and subscribe to this channel for more informative videos. Thanks.